Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Content and Creations, episode 15. Here we are getting into the team up projects. It is so awesome, the stuff that people have been able to make up to this point, and I gotta say, I have been just having a fantastic time with it here. So let me get the lovely music going back, and we'll continue with our usual business that we do here. Starting with the project that I've actually been working on here. Now, this is a kind of a icy skull throne sort of thing that I've been going for here, and it actually only about 6 hours work, minus plus or minus time spent actually harvesting the ice. So basically, the way it's kind of set is to go into the ground in such a way that you're seeing the ice, um, the shards kind of sticking out. But if for some reason you dug below, you would see this large chunk of, ice that's been frozen solid together. Um, it's designed in such a way that you should be able to sink it, or not me, but the team should be able to sink it into the world and have no problem with it. Terrain can either come all the way up to the skulls, or it can be down a little bit lower, and there's a little bit of kind of space that they could put treasure chests or other creatures or stuff in this area, and then again around the other side here. So that's kind of what I've been working on. There's a lot that they can do with one of these little things here. It's meant to kind of look like the throne itself was separated and enshrouded with crystal to remove it from wherever it was previously, or to kind of add some almost Fortress of Solitude action to it. So that's what I've been messing with, and it's gonna be something I'll probably be messing with after the show. One thing I might be looking at is adding some spotlights to give a little bit of extra detail. Not too many lights, because if you add too many lights, it's going to hurt performance. And with all this transparency, I can definitely see a few lights going a long way. But I want it so that it, has a really nice mood to it. The only light I have right now is an orb stuck in the throne there, and I'll kind of walk up the path and show that to you. So it's kind of stuck in the seat there, and that's the only thing that's illuminated. I would imagine if they do go with this, it'd be one of those things where you see the crystals. If it's something you've recognized, oh crap, there's some super tough thing inside there, and if he spots me from that throne, I'm in trouble. He's gonna start chasing me. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know what kind of stuff they'll do with it. They might put mobs in it. They might not. D-Man being a troll. D-Man's been helping me out a lot. He actually provided a lot of ice, so very much appreciation for that. It's been really, really helpful. And yeah, that's what I've been working on here. That's the main team up. The other one that I'd started on was a like a bomb shelter sort of thing, and I might still finish it up at some point, but it's pretty basic right now. It would need a lot of decoration and kind of visual storytelling to set the scene and show what's going on here, and I just don't have, I don't think I've got the time to do that and finish up the icy thing before the contest wraps up. So if anybody wants to jump on this, I can definitely give you builder permissions and go nuts. So that's what I've got going. I already took a bunch of screenshots last night, so I don't really need to. Ah, fun stuff. Oh yeah, because it's my own claim, I can actually use flight. Uh, Assuming I've got the right tool set put on. And yeah, that's fear there. I'll deal with that later. Don't you worry about it. So, I didn't see Was it Rune Edge or Dragon Sage that you wanted me to visit on events? I'm gonna take a guess. That is Rune Edge. Whoops. Gallery. So how are you lovely folks doing out there? Once again, if you've got stuff to have me tour, uh, you know, put it out there. Let me know. Everybody's closed. Let's open it back up here. Oops. While it's doing that, alright. Go nuts. Knob. I don't think I contacted you about being on live feature rant this week, but this would be a good week to have you on. Frostified, really interested. I don't understand the end game goal. What's the end game goal of Minecraft? Right? People still play the hell out of it. Alright. Ziff, how's it going? Alright, let's try it again. Nope. 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 Well, if I can't find this stuff, I can't find this stuff. Whoops. Oh well. If anybody can hit him up, I think he's starting up a stream, and find out how I can find the stuff that he's working on. Please let me know, because I'd love to visit. Bat Viking, we're heading to your stuff then. Ziff, probably to be on camera for another 800 hours. It's already got a couple hundred. Yeah, gallery's broken? Really? I just did that. Marketplace close. I totally just did that. Yeah, as if a 2-month marathon. Yeah, and exactly, Infinity. That's the stuff that a lot of us are excited for. I'm really excited to be able to make our own dungeons and such. There we go. Jeez, I don't know which one. Let's go with this one. The Otherworldly Ruins. Nice, If. Well, cool. We'll see you in game soon. Interesting. That was quite the segmented load. Pretty impressive. That's a little phallic. Oh well. It's pretty cool. I wish I could turn on the darkness because I'm sure this will look a lot better at night. It's kind of really washed out with the light and dark right now. But as I go in, yeah, pretty cool. Like some sort of organic stuff kind of creeping all throughout the place. That's cool. That's super cool. It's got like a giant heart there. That's awesome. So cool. Wow. That's really cool. Man, that's really neat. The what materials is he using? Is that just straight tourmaline? No, he's using tourmaline and tungsten to make these. That looks really cool. Tourmaline, tungsten. Anything else in the mix? No, just those two. Very nice. Great use of material there. Just all throughout. Gives it this very cool organic look to it. There's some sort of creature that actually exists in the lava here and is kind of growing out of it, it looks like. That's so cool. These are really, really neat too. Just the detail on all the different parts of it. All the major and minor little spots. Just so awesome. Kind of reminds me of the Quake logo. More eggs kind of tucked away. Man, that's really, really cool. Oh, neat. Nice. This bridge here. It looks somewhat intended and somewhat like a fallen column that was just turned into a bridge or something. That looks really, really cool. How it's all broken up like that. And this thing here, this spiky, cubey, freaky thing, that is some awesome voxelmancy to create those shapes. That is pretty fantastic. Frostified before March, I think, is what they want to have. That's cool, those giant stone golem things that are kind of either overlooking the area or keeping that thing contained or whatever the hell they're there for. They look pretty cool. Pretty cool. And those are the cave props that are being used there. The icy crystals. Sweet. That's just some amazing work. What an awesome place for an encounter. Really well designed for it. There's a lot of space for a lot of, really just a lot of action to happen in here. I like it. I like it so much. What's up here, and how do you normally access it? Oh, you don't normally access it. Oh man, this is a 3 claim. Past the edges of the 3 claim, in fact. These are a little over. Really, Bad Viking? I missed that. Could you refresh us on the contents? That's pretty cool. Frostfight, it's one of those things where the context of the tutorials makes a lot more sense when you're in the game building and messing with the stuff. If you're interested in getting access to the game, I've got 7-day beta keys. I can send you one at the break. That ain't a problem. Yeah, the thing is badass, Cools. It's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure if I should do an exterior and interior shot for this one. Ooh, I actually kind of like it with the daylight poking through from the back there. Okay, I can work with this. Oops. I'm gonna get the location at the actual doorway, because why not? content and creations. We are at negative 1975. 1164. And whoops. 1087. Okie dokie. There we go. Alright. We're gonna see what else is potentially available if the other account, Dragon Sage, has some stuff to check out too. By the way, folks, if you have a place to visit, let me know. Right now I've got Devents and Bad Viking on the list, and I'm going to scroll up through chat real quick to see if I missed any others. XX Demi X, welcome. Welcome to the Neuro Network. Countess, yes. Nubwinkle. Infinity of Light, do you have something to tour? I would love to check out what you've got working. Sure, Bad Viking. Yes, Nobwinkle, you are most definitely on the list. We'll definitely tour your stuff. I am excited to see what you're working on. Very, very much. Very, very much. But first... I don't know if he's working on the bathhouse anymore. I just want to take a look at it real quick. Nobwinkle. This guy sure builds big. Holy crap. Neat. Ogres with their dragon buddies. That's awesome. What a neat concept. But ooh, that's really cool. Using those ice crystals. The cave props. That's awesome. goodness. This guy makes some amazing stuff. Well, we already knew that. But damn, just damn. Ogre butt. Ogre butt. I've got to get higher up to take a picture of this place. Just amazing. Kirch Pit. $24.66, $10.89. Whoops. $9.84. There we go. It's quite amazing. Alright, alright. Bad Viking. Off to your place next. Whoops, I hope that got sent. Yep. Bad Viking. Let's try it again. Damp Marketplace. Alright. Started the build yesterday. Cool. I'm guessing it's near the other ones, right? Okay. North it is. You got a launcher? It was a big idea, that might. Where's the rest of the place? That's weird. That's having a hard time loading. Gotcha. Is that your guys' stuff right there? So, which one is it? Oh, you guys started on this ogre build yesterday? Oh, cool. I like this extra set of stairs leading up there. That's pretty cool. Nice. Those look great with the wall-mounted ones. If only we had a brass version instead of just the iron version. But I think the iron is, you know, it's still pretty cool for it. Makes sense. Cool. Yeah, the contrasting metals are pretty neat. It definitely works. I like the you know, it's just using the simple brick here. Don't really need anything fancy. It looks just fine. The way you guys have these columns set up. I see a lot of people doing a lot of fancy stuff with the bricks, and it's cool, but you know, it's cool to just use bricks as bricks too. You know, the actual materials that are already provided, because those are a lot more uniform and not nearly as many cuts to the geometry, so performance isn't hindered the same way. So there's definitely pluses and minuses. So is there anything in particular that you guys wanted feedback on in general? Like the columns. These are even like really low for where the bend is at compared to a lot of them, but it's definitely the ogre's oidal shape, and it looks pretty good. I like the repetition of the pattern from the exterior ones is just kind of squished down on the interior columns. That's really good. Good attention to detail there. Is this going to be filled in with something? Is this going to be storage space back here? I would imagine if you're going to have this area accessible, you would have to have something kind of reinforcing the path here, reinforcing the ramp. Otherwise, just having the ramp, I guess, thick enough that it wouldn't matter, sort of thing. Alright, stairs on this side. But yeah, this could be used for like a storage, like, you know, equipment and yeah. Storage for behind the bar. Oh, this is a bar here. Okay. So this is like a restaurant then. I really like the look and flow of the stairs, but the thing that I'm trying to figure out what the best way to resolve is this flat space here and this like kind of flat chunky space here. I'm wondering if maybe the way to do it is just doing various inlays and insets and stuff through those areas just to add some extra detail, and for here to add like a line tool slope to cover and fill this area. And of course this gap here you'll have to do something about at some point, but I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Unless you didn't even notice it, in which case, hey guys, you got a gap. You got it on both sides, I see. You know, that actually, now I kind of wonder, is there something that you could viably use the underspace here for, or should that basically just be blocks and bricks and such? If you were going to build anything down here, it would be mostly stuff to reinforce what's held up on it, as well as some sort of a sewage system, sewage and drainage, so that way you can have sinks and drains and stuff up in the kitchen area that will, you know, drain out to wherever. Nice one, Rack. Them new chandeliers. So what's the second floor of the place for? Hangout space, more places to eat, more dining, different purpose as an entertainment venue of some sort. It seems like most of the business goes down on the bottom floor, so that's what... Is this going to be built up into a bunch of rooms? Because if this is an inn tavern sort of thing, you've got to have a place for people to, you know, sleep. And I don't know how much ogres like basements. Hey, Lord underneath. How you doing, Calm? By the way, folks, if you have a build to have me tour, let me know, and if I missed it that you wanted me to check it earlier, just let me know. After the Bad Viking stuff here, I've got a Countess and Knobwinkle on the list, so I'd love to extend the list, do a lot more tours today. I like the openness of it. I'm not going to say no to that. Is there a height consideration you guys have to deal with, like a maximum claim height? Ooh, you're already getting pretty tall with it. Asphyx, hey, hey. So what I would recommend, this entire second floor that you have here, push it up. In fact, take the entire floor, push it up an entire floor, and cut off part of the roof, so that way it's got an area for sunlight and rain and everything to go through, and make the top floor of it a big bath, a big you know, bathhouse sort of area, open bath sort of thing. That would make a lot more sense for a tavern, a place for people to be able to freshen up. And on the second floor, have it a lot more contained with like 4 or 6 rooms with a couple of beds apiece or something. That's my strongest recommendation for what to do with the place. I really like your second floor here. I really like the shape that's cut here. In fact, this would be a perfect shape for some sort of a pool or some sort of a bath. Otherwise, if you want it to be more of like a bar slash bathhouse, like a place where you can get drunk and, you know, take a bath and hang out or whatever, just cut the hole in the roof here and just, you know, sink a pool in here, put some columns underneath it to help support the pool itself, and good to go. You know, maybe a couple fire sources for where it's actually heating it up and keeping it nice and warm. Um, Whatever you guys want to do. Yeah, I know what you mean, Lord Underneath, but sometimes it's a lot easier to, you know, take a portion of something, break it up, and submit that rather than build an entire castle and then, you have to submit. You just take a portion of something, just a nice, awesome piece, and that's all you get. Cool. I really do like so much of what you guys have going on here, and that's why I don't want to see it getting ruined in any way or you know, not being utilized. But you know, there's so many directions you could go with it. It could just be really fantastic. For right now, though, the idea of this facility being used as an inn, um, there ain't no place for them to inn at. It's just come and get a bite. It's like a restaurant right now. Which isn't a bad thing. You know, a fancy ogre restaurant, that's also something that could have some merit. The look of it, the flow of it with these stairs like this, it has the look of a place that's definitely meant for commerce. It's got, you know, maximum ingress and egress, maximum, you know, space for people to come in and get out as they need to. Caesar, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. I saw you when he came in. I just wanted to finish my thought there. Banana. All right. So, did you have anything else that you wanted to have some eyes on, or any other part of the facility here that I didn't give a comment on that you wanted one? Otherwise, it is definitely time for me to take a beautiful screenshot and move on. Oh, gotta get that edge off. Oh yeah, I'll recheck Trench War. Is Trench War actually going into the ruins, or is that just something you're doing for fun? I can't recall. There we go. Looks good. Relaxing fun in PvP. Those, if you say those go together. The flashy blinkies a Countess? You mean like the artifacting and stuff going across the screen? Is those chandeliers? Yeah, those chandeliers are pretty awesome, Calm. They can be done. They can be used for a lot of awesome stuff. I saw them being used as rocket thrusters. Someone making like a space rocket. Usually when the jaggies are getting really bad, I press Alt-Enter 2 times real fast, and that's the full size and windowed kind of quick toggle or whatever. That generally clears it, though it'll sometimes come back pretty quickly. Alright everybody, we have completed the first hour of the show here. What was up with that Frostified guy again? Yeah. I think he needs a beta key. Okay. You know, the most fucked up thing was with the propeller airplanes, the machine guns were actually, you know, right where the propeller is going, so you actually had to time the shots. You had to time when you start firing to make sure the bullets wouldn't hit the propeller. I don't know if the propeller always went a regular speed or how that worked, but it seems like the sort of thing where you'd almost lose more planes in the process than actually take people down. It's pretty cool. Dropping bombs on fools and stuff. Oh, there was a pin on the propeller shaft. Well, gee, that makes things a lot more helpful. Yeah, plane is very well done. I wanna fly around in it. Not gonna lie. Oh, I like those. The is that the new thing representing where spawn points are, or is that just a pawn you guys put down just for the sake of it? I guess it is. That's the those are still the spawn points. Those just must indicate where they where people can spawn. Little minefield area there. Very cool. Got your bunker here. That's cool, Calm. Oh, I got you, Bad Viking. That's right. I remember that. A little pillbox. I guess the other one's a pillbox. Maybe this one. I can't remember which one's a bunker and which one's a pillbox. Or what the difference is. What I do know is this is definitely nicely designed. I like the bomb in there. That's great. This part I don't get. How there's the ladder going all the way down and like hidden like that. That definitely recommend revising. Because it's great being able to just, jump up into it. Well, there we go. I mean, you can essentially climb it. It's just, or you know, there's the launcher. Okay, I gotcha. Neat. Pretty cool. I like the flow of combat that you that you've got you know, kind of set up here. Because there's not really you know, you can go around the top here, and you get some advantage, but at the same time, there's, you know, a place for people to dodge in, like here and some of the other buildings, and I can see a lot of you know, a lot of just hanging out under the bridge and trying to bait people. It's good stuff. Have to come here and battle sometime. Now, I took a shot of it last week, so I'm gonna kind of wait. Plus, the lighting is really weird because you've got this over top of it, so I'll hold off before taking another screenshot for another time. But I'm really excited for what more you're gonna be able to do with it. And once we actually get the proper weapons for the space, too. Alright. Countess. Heading to your place. Yeah, pretty much. Though it seems like we would also need, you know, some amount of first-person controls. Ramio, how's it going? I like it. Neat. Hooray! Now, I really like what you've got going on here. There's a lot of really cool stuff. I think it's kind of interesting that you've got this little angle that's just kind of cut here. That's, how does that look? Well, actually, I can't tell how it looks on the inside. I guess my one suggestion for the inside is don't use the same material you use on the outside for the walls, because it looks right on the outside, but generally when I see something that's got like something like that on the outside, it's still just normal wooden planks and stuff on the inside. Other than that, I really like the little curly things you've got going on with the thatch. I don't know what kind of plants and stuff exist that you'd be able to use to kind of support and brace the edge of this, or have it look like it's kind of curling up because there's plants kind of wrapping it around and pushing it in place there. But it's pretty neat. It's a cute little design. Why the jagged cutoff here, by the way? Is there something that you're planning to do here, like putting a some like slanted supports or something going across, or some other thing like a little glassy patio built in here, or just going for whimsical? Gotcha. Gotcha. Supports and hanging plants, cool. Okay. I do get the general idea, and I like it. So if whimsical is what you're going for, I would actually recommend giving a little bit more variance. Instead of going with a flat, flat 90-degree walls, give it a little bit of a tilt. Give it a little bit of some angling to it. Add some whimsy to it. It's I think of it was the Dreams of Insanity build. It was one of the Landmark of Landmarks. Gosh, I can't remember the name. It was one of the really proficient builders who's kind of taking a break for a bit. Adam, how's it going? Voidlust, that's the one. His Dreams of Insanity, I would say, take a look at that and get a little inspiration for how to add some more whimsy. Ogre Palace entrance. Indeed. Oops. Thought my beard was getting close to the mic there. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I really like what you've done with the grassiness going all the way through. It almost looks like you used the like one of the upside down trees as a template for tracing out the grass and stuff. And if that's how you did it, that's super awesome. If you did it freehand, that's also super awesome. Either way, it's a really great technique. I was looking, it's like, that's really furry for a tree. That's pretty nicely done. Very, very, very well done. Oh, and the little ferns and stuff along there. Isn't that nice? Or are those ferns? I guess they are. I don't know. My plant biology is weak these days. That's awesome. Yeah, it looks really, really cool. Anyway, back to this. Back to this niftiness. So we've got the columns with the banners facing the one way. So as you enter, you see awesome banners ahead, and then once you're in, you look back. It's like, wait a minute, that's not where the awesome is. Edward's more towards the banners. So yeah, heading this way definitely gets the full effect. And likewise, on your way out, there's no fanfare. You're leaving. Get the hell out of here. I know I've talked about the putting the banners and stuff on the different sides, but just keeping it the way it is works perfectly. I like the way these columns are topped. Stone, metal, stone, metal, metal, stone, metal, metal, stone, metal. Cool stuff. These little metal inlays where there's the brick. It's pretty neat. Romeo. I gotcha. Stairs leading up is nice. I realize there's no lower light sources here. If you felt like it, if you felt like doing a little bit more adjustment, knocking out a little section, like a little 2x2, or 4x4 or 3x3, probably depending if it's even or odd, a 2x2 or a 4x4 if it's even, or otherwise 3x3 if it's odd, to cut that out of this side, and this side, and in the intersecting space that has been cut through, have a fire of some sort, so there's light kind of pouring out onto the walkway itself. Right now I realize there's light up here, but it's directed upward. It's not coming down here at all. So as you walk up, it's actually going to be, a relatively dark path, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if that's an issue or not. If there were, a bunch of torches and light sources and stuff along here, I would be able to say maybe differently on it, but since I don't have, a wall or anything that it's attached to, some sort of way to light the path. And in fact, if you want to be really creative about it, instead of cutting a square hole into these columns for where the light would be pouring through, cut the holes at an angle, so that way the light specifically pours downward at an angle rather than kind of diffusing outward. Or just adding more light sources. You could just add, torches or whatever. There's a lot of ways to adjust it. You could even add, maybe a little something like in the island in the middle of these or something. I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can go about it. But I think lighting is maybe the one thing that would be the last consideration for this area here. Other than that, it's great. I like the plants. I like the vines going down here. If you wanted, you could try to grass over some of the stuff. Like if you were to take a section and copy it out, paint over some grass, and then kind of, paint it back in, or maybe add it up and smooth it a little, and then paint it over, having it look like there's mossy grass kind of pouring down. I think Cools and some other folks have something like that going on with their builds. The grassy, mossy kind of flowing across things, moving around. That, or ivy too. That sort of look, I think, would really help out to further accentuate that this has been here for a while. Cool deal, Countess. Well, that's a lot of stuff. I'm sure you'll be able to, really do more with the place and make it shine even more than it are. Well, make it shine. Bad pun, I guess, because the light. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what more you do with the place here. To be perfectly honest, it hasn't changed too much since the last time. If you'd like, I can take another screenshot. Otherwise, I'll wait until the next time. That's true, Asphyx. You got it, a Countess. Lizzie's Anderson, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Knobwinkle. 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 Team up. Let's go. By the way, we don't have another place to visit after Knobwinkle's place. If I missed it and you said you got a place to visit, please do remind me and say it again. You can send me a message in game, or if somebody notices that somebody else had recommended, then you got it, Knobwinkle. Crap Shack! Okay, no, I'm kidding. That's awesome, Knobwinkle. I definitely want to visit that too. Pie Wing. Pie, do you have a claim, by the way, to tour this week? Gotcha, Asphyx. Oh. I hope things are better now. That's not a fun reason to miss stuff. The Dark Wars, how's it going? Dark Wars, do you have a build to tour? I'm sure you do, you're an amazing builder. Yeah, some amazing stuff with the ruins. I'm holding off on my feedback here, folks. Oh. Oh, fun, Pie. I want to check out 2 shipwrecks. That sounds awesome. Oh, hey, Whiteberry. Whiteberry, do you have a place to check out? Even if you aren't going to be able to, get the feedback live, I put the shows up. You'll definitely be able to find it. I'll just send you what time of which part of which video, and you'll be able to jump right to it. Just let me know. Lord Underneath, so you're saying you don't have anything then, or do you have something awesome that it's just like halfway finished? Because I'd love to tour that too. Gotcha, Whiteberry. Oh, that's cool, Dark Wars. Did you also do a Dark Elf ship? I can't remember. Knobwinkle! 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 Knobwinkle, what's up? Almost ready? By the way, folks, Vivox is potentially going to be coming in on the 15th, which is going to make content creations an entirely new experience. The ability to chat one-on-one with the builders, or potentially being able to have everybody who's set as a builder on the claim able to communicate over in-game voice comms. That is going to make this show really, really interesting, because there's not going to be the latency. Being able to talk directly about the game and looking at the stuff immediately without any latency, it's going to speed things up. Actually being able to hear the people's voices, it's going to be a lot more engaging and a lot more interactive. And that's good. We're going to need that, because there's going to be a lot more stuff to start touring as soon as people start coming back through. Mobs are going to bring a lot more people back, linking and triggering, caves, all that stuff. We're going to have a lot of people coming back. Not necessarily a lot of new people initially, so much as people who've been waiting for these features that bought in long ago. Yeah, exactly, Mello. D-Man, you will probably be muted most of the time. I hope we have really good control over the various chat channels and stuff, so it isn't any sort of an issue. Gotcha, Asphyx. Maximilian, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Do you have a build that you're working on, by the way? We're waiting for Knobwinkle. Once Knobwinkle returns, we are going to provide feedback. We are asked to wait 5 minutes. It's been maybe about almost 10 minutes now, so I'm like, what's going on? There's Knobwinkle. Welcome back, welcome back. Knobwinkle. Alright, so let's first kind of look over what you've got here. Lost steam after they ignored. Gotcha. Yeah, the next update's gonna be pretty big time. Yeah, I know you're already back, but there's a thing called latency, you see. So, looking at it here. Looking at it. I like what's going on with it. The one thing that I'm wondering about it, it's a sci-fi claim you did fairly quickly. Okay, so this is meant to be a station that's out in the desert. When I initially looked at it, I thought it was more like a subway station or something. It makes a lot more sense if this is the outside of some sort of large compound or facility. So yeah, nice big fat succulents kind of hanging around. Some wreckage here. Something got busted. Something crashed hard here. It looks like. It's really hard to tell what it even is. It looks like something metallic and mechanical that's completely foobarred. Whoops. I like that you've got the light panel hanging down here. That's really cool. That's really cool. It was a speeder. Yeah, it was. Whoops. I'm guessing the speeder came in like around here and like crash landed and parts kind of got scattered this way. I like these doors. Nice collapsy looking doors. I would imagine if there's a giant rock here that's like completely smashed this area in, these doors would be in a lot worse shape. Like this entire area would probably be completely wrecked. Because this giant door has just been, you know, smashed in from the other side. See you later, Whiteberry. Have a good one. Speeder in your workshop. Nice. See it running into a cave? Yeah. Definitely nice using that panel there. This little spire of rock, and I'm not sure if this was something that was used in the process of building the place, like some natural stuff that was used for support, or if this is some of the ruins, like, you know, this is just what's left of the place. Stuff kind of breaking through. If that's the case, if this is stuff that's just kind of breaking through, I would recommend roughing up the area around here a lot more to make it seem unnatural, because right now it looks like it's cut cleanly like it was intended to use this area here. I like the chunks of stuff kind of hanging around. This here still hanging around. You could even break it up more if you wanted to, but it's already in pretty decent kind of broken up shape. And then once again with this, if it's meant to be a clean cut like that, make sure that it's communicated intentionally. If it's supposed to be more roughed up, again, you know, roughing it up a bit. I like the support bar going across. This seems like you'd actually be adding more weight rather than improving the structure like it used to, so that's cool. Because it's not really holding up another floor anymore. I don't necessarily need it to count this, but I'll I'll use as many as I can. I haven't filled up quite yet. I'm not even going to worry about it until things are actually finalized. And especially because from what it sounds like, we're going to be getting a prop inventory soon, kind of like our materials inventory. So we won't even have to worry about props filling up our bags anymore. Which would be nice. I like the stairs here. As sci-fi stairs, they work pretty well. The one thing I wonder about, though, if these things are like being held in place magnetically, or, you know, what's keeping them in position, I could see a few of these kind of being, you know, fallen to the ground. some of them maybe a little twisted or off position, or two of them like kind of stuck together on the narrower sides or something, where it has the feeling of you know, like the magnetism that was holding them in place got broken, and so they just kind of stuck together or whatever. Something like that. I could see potentially the same thing going on with the rail, like parts of it being all broken up and stuff. Oh, thank you so much, Countess. I really appreciate it. That's so cool of you. More inventory! Hooray! 72. Thank you so much. Plasma, huh? Plasma, baby! Yeah. So that's, I would say, you know, breaking up this part even a little bit more, you can definitely do that, mess around with. Ah, good one, Asphyx. There's still time, you could do that. That's really, really cool. Nice parallaxing that goes on there. Asphyx. Cool. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Is there anything else in particular on this build that you wanted feedback about? One other thing I could see you doing to further accentuate to people that this was a speeder wreck here. Ogre Docks, yes, we will definitely head there next. Whatever direction the speeder was coming in, I'm guessing it came from this direction when it came to crash. Put a tree. So let's say the tree was like this. Where's... Oh yeah, I was looking at the wrong window. So the tree is like this before the crash. So the speeder comes in, you know, it smacks the area. So then have the tree kind of sticking out of the ground at an angle, like even 45 degrees or further, having the look of, you know, the area having been deformed, and it just still, you know, remaining in the area after the speeder crash happened. Just something to add a little bit more detail, or even another sort of thing, because these poles are actually kind of close to where the point of impact happened. If you wanted to take this one right here and like lean it over on an angle a little bit, the voxels might get a little weird, especially because it's kind of thin. So that's the one reason I would maybe advise against it and just doing the tree to kind of show the deformation, but something to kind of convey that there is an impact that happened a while ago. You know, beyond just the wreckage. The wreckage is good, but I could see, you know, somebody coming across and being kind of confused at it initially. Now, my one last question, how do you intend for this to interface with the caves itself? Is this supposed to be a one claim? Is this supposed to be a half claim? What's the proportion that you're going for with this one? Need to be 2x2 without warping. Yeah, that's what I figured. We're still kind of limited with some of the very tight, narrow angles unless you use extreme voxelmancy. Eventually our line tools and stuff will get better for that. Yeah, a lot of people have lost a bunch of their friends list accounts. I have no idea how that happened. Jamie was just saying last week about that. But anyway, what I was trying to get at is right now, this isn't going to place into a cave very well because it's just right angles. They can sink it in, but try to sink a flat plane like this perfectly into a space like that, or a space like that, or even a flatter space like that. That unevenness isn't quite going to work for it. So what I would recommend is have this area as almost more of the kind of top of it, and then as it goes down, kind of round out the edges and the bottom, have it kind of go down and come to like a rounded shape, so that way it can be placed wherever it needs to, and where the natural terrain will come up to is a line maybe about this high or maybe a little bit higher, and you've got this area here all kind of smoothed down and roughed up and sloped, so that way it kind of the slope that you've created there meets with the natural terrain, the procedural terrain that the world is creating. So that way it's a nice gradual transition. Because right now, if they tried to put this in, it would be a very rough transition. There'd be very limited places they'd be able to put it without them having to put the terrain in such a way that it occludes part of it. And that's entirely not the goal of what they're trying to do here. So that's the one consideration more than anything else I would really try to look into is designing the edges of it and the underspace and everything in such a way that it's very obvious where and how deep it needs to be placed into the world so that it'll look right and feel proper. And unfortunately, it's not an exact science because they haven't necessarily given us a style guide on exactly how the things need to be able to fit, just kind of some general ideas of how things work and how they look. Oh, Knobwinkle. No. It's it's such a it's such a weird consideration to have to make because it's something we almost don't know enough about to be able to make 100% proper decisions on. So it's something that takes a little bit of extra work, but I'm sure it's something you'll be able to adjust between now and the finish time in 9 hours. 9 hours, everybody, get cracking if you're working on these. All right. 2.5 hours. That is some awesome work for 2.5 hours. Knobwinkle's workshop. We saw the water bowl. Ah, this is neat. That must be the steampunk thing. That is correct. The Dark Wars, the end of the first round, the Ruins Cavers team up, first edition. That's weird. Lighting at the ocean fixed? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. I'm not sure which lighting at the ocean you're talking about in particular. Alright. The Ogre Docks. These are really, really nice. Well, this building's new for one thing. I like this a lot. We've seen this building before, but I think this is the newest we've seen it, and it looks great. I like that. The metal going up to there. Those columns are great. Dark Wars. Movements and terrain. Added props. Change the crane. We have a little secret underneath the crane ocean. Cool, cool. Yes, the armory. I like that barrel. It's kind of kicked over there. Little cushion. Put the cushion on the other side, I think. We're just talking minutia. Having something there, and then nothing on the other sides. Just for the sake of a little extra variation, I'd put it on the other side myself. Some pretty cool stuff. What are you going to do with this area where there's a square cut out here? Are you going to do something decorative or just leave it as is? It kind of helps cut the flat space here a little bit, but I think a little bit more would need to be done with it. Possibly a mural or something could even go in there. Or you could put some chains that have some awesome stuff hanging across. Maybe you could have a horn, a couple of horns hanging down here or something. Having some crossed spears or something hanging down from some chains. I don't know, something to add extra stuff to the space there. There we go. There's that barrel over there, and then if that cushion kind of hanging out, someone's like chilling by the fire or whatever, kind of admiring the weapons. It was flat. Rosie said make a 1 voxel insert. Yeah, you got to do more than that. That's a nice start, but adding even more to it. You could even just have like a few rings and just some chains draped across, not even for any specific purpose, just to look kick-ass. Or if you did want to have a purpose, you could have like the chains and then some helmets hanging off of the chains or something. So if people want to get their helmets, they just go reach up and grab one off a chain. Or have them hanging up high enough that it's, not accessible, but whatever. Something to add more to it. One other thing that I think Rosie and Jeff and Steve and everybody maybe didn't notice, and maybe I'm one of the few who would. I feel like this area is going to get really, really hot, and the stone's going to start to deteriorate. So I would recommend either doing something to kind of blacken the area here a little bit to show that, that's the fire kind of making the area a little sooty and a little burnt up, or otherwise finding some way that you can get some ventilation through here. Helmets it is? Hell yes. Just a little airflow or something to help this gas get around. This, or not gas, this rising gas, the heat. So it doesn't just get all contained up in here and make everything all sooty and blackened. The torches, not so worried about, though. This torch, some of the torches close to some of the shields and stuff, this would be close enough that it would be cooking this. So I definitely recommend spacing that out. These, though, these are just fine. I'm sure that's probably just fine right there, too, even. Them ogre chandeliers. Very cool. I like the rug here. I like the way the rail is kind of detailed into the side of the wall there. That's really cool. Or where there would be some sort of a handrail. Actually, with this detail here, I could see that being used as a handrail, like on some of the ends of some of the stairs here. In fact, when I see that, that's kind of what I expect to see elsewhere. But, either way, it's a nice little detail. Come up here, get a drink. Couple of shields here. Why do you have the coolest looking one in a place that you can't even see it? You guys are silly. Or just you, or whoever's working. I thought it was a collaboration, this building right here, if I'm not mistaken. Nice use of the pan here. The horn phone, the fan, or the pan with the meat in it, candle, little tap. Nice drinking area, couple punishment chairs, the table. Looks great. Oh, there's the cool shield. Little cloth drapage. The boulders on either side. Such a neat little detail. All made by you? Awesome. You goofball. Show the awesome shield. Not this one, that one's fine, but this one, it seems weird that you've got the cooler looking shield facing away. I don't want to do a collaboration with it. I'm sure you could find people on all throughout the community. Just on the show here, I'm sure there's plenty of people who would love to be able to collaborate with you. Nice, we got more punishment chairs up here. Some more shields, some more hangout space. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It's looking good. Looking good. Definitely the metal lining that is fantastic. Excellent little detail. Sweet. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Now then, let us go to the dock. So, got the ballista, got a bunch of bolts for it, and if you run out of bolts for the ballista, I guess you can fire the oars at your target. Cool stuff. Heading back to the boat. You took off a set of the oars, which I had, Okay, you took off a set of the oars, but you still have the place for the oars to go. But we were talking about that, the idea that, you know, for the number of benches there and the number of oars there, it was a little bit weird initially. That's cool. You got the wheel there. Neat. There we go. Awesome. So cool. Just add such an extra nice little touch to it. So cool. That's funny as fix. More barrels and props and stuff stacked about. Some of these cargo carrying carts and stuff. People grabbing them both ends and walking around with them. Very cool. More areas for people to... Okay. I gotta ask you about this area right here, Knobwinkle, because it looks like there's some stuff to tether up some ships and stuff, but it doesn't really seem like there's enough area for any ship to be able to get through here, unless it was low tide and you're trying to row a canoe underneath here or something. It doesn't really seem like this is an area where you'd really even be able to put a ship, to be perfectly honest. Not really sure what the best way to resolve that is. You do have some room over here, though. You could push the entire, pretty much from here, kind of from there all the way over, to push it pretty much as far as you can go over to the side here. It's meant for small boats just to get to land. That's got to be a tiny boat, though. I gotcha. I got you. That makes sense. This just seems like a really narrow space for a boat. That'd have to be the tiniest of boats, like a little paddle boat or something that you've got to work with your legs, like one of those. What is it, like a little swan boat that you'll see at some lakes and places. Ah, then your crane gets in trouble. Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. Very good point. Okay. Okay. Or the other thing you could do is just have the have it pushing out this way instead of pushing out this way. Have the crane go into the opposite side, because it looks like the crane's got full 360-degree rotation to it. So if you instead just have it, you know, poking off the other way, I'm sure it wouldn't be any sort of an issue. Later, Asphyx, have a good one. Thank you very much for coming through. That's the thing that inspired you? The ogre warship? Well, yeah, you can see the influence of the ogre warship in the front of it here. It's totally cool. Yeah, if you'd be able to give yourself a little bit more room and make this channel here useful, the other benefit of that is that you'd then be able to make the you know, the sides of the dock here a lot more viable for people to pull up their boats. Such a huge change. It's like 20 hours of work. I could see that. It's just like copy paste everything from here to the other side other than the crane, and you just repaste the crane. It's just whether you can do that without any artifacting. It's just a little code. It's just a little effort. I'm gonna shut up about that. It's looking great. It's looking fantastic. Was there anything else that you wanted some eyes on, some input, some feedback on the project here? Okie dokie. So I'm going to take a break right here. When we come back, we're going to take a screenshot of this lovely place, and then we will be continuing along. The Dark Wars is the next place, and then we'll have to figure out from there where we want to go. So I'll see you folks in a few. Have a good one.